Good morning, everybody. Guess what it is? It's not hump day. It's casual Friday. And I'm so happy to be here. And I'm happy to be on Puerto Vallarta Real News with you on a casual Friday. It is 10 a.m. It's the 8th of May. And I've got some updates about Casual Friday to share with you. I've got some new tricks on the show that you might like. But if you're new, if you haven't been around before, we generally all like to say good morning first. So first of all, I want to say good morning. Matt, I see you were on first, so I give you a big old good morning. And let me know if you guys can hear that. I've been playing around with that good morning chime. I don't want it to be too loud. I don't want it to be too soft, but in my headphones, it's always the same. Hey, Lilia, how you doing? There's Chris Anderson of the Anderson Report. I see you, Jordan. I see you. The most casual, yes, casual attire, of course. Yes, great. You can hear the ding. Thank you so much. Feedback helps. I'm going to have a couple more sounds I'm going to test on the show. They're going to be cheesy. They're for Casual Friday. But put away your Snickers and your cheesy grins and all that kind of stuff and give me some feedback. Glad you heard it. So, Lily, I'm going to give you my first test sound. Are you ready? This is pretty cheesy, and they're not going to be used very often, I promise you. But let me know if you hear it, if it's loud enough. But here you go, Lilia. Don't get mad, Matt. Oh, what? That's my new kiss sound. Did you hear it? I kind of think it's pretty funny. All right, with that, we'll get going and we'll jump in. So here's the deal on Casual Friday. I've been thinking about it over the last week, and what should it be, what shouldn't it be? But really, what I want Casual Friday to be is something that's really easy for me, easy for you. It's not news heavy. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. There you go. You get a good morning. You love the kisses. So you can hear the kisses pretty well. Thank you for letting me know. And to me, thank you. Thank you for creating that. I know this is super cheesy. There's a couple of my viewers right now that are literally probably vomiting in their mouth. All right. So Casual Friday is now going to be unscripted unless there's a really big news event. Okay. If there's a big news event, I will definitely share that. But today there wasn't, so it's going to be Casual Friday. This could be 8 minutes. It could be 20 minutes. I don't know. It really depends on how much you guys chat with me during the show and want to be interactive. So let's see how that goes. But first of all, as usual, let's take a look at a live shot of the day, what it looks like outside. And of course, it's beautiful. Good morning, Laura. Good morning. Oh, we got to give her one for sure. Oh, she's going to love that. Okay, so that's what it looks like outside this morning. Not a cloud in the sky, a little bit of haze. If you're in Puerto Vallarta, you already know that. If you're not, well, you probably really, really want to be here because it is another gorgeous day in beautiful Puerto Vallarta. On a Casual Friday, the only scripted part of the show today is going to be the Anderson Report. And this is going to be an interesting one. You're going to think that this is a repeat of our show, of a news story from a couple days ago, because I did cover Restaurant Week. But holy moly, Chris Anderson of the Anderson Report dedicates an entire website to recreating the Restaurant Week, which is Restaurant Weeks, as we know, and to an amazing site. And it's like, I've interviewed these guys from Puerto Vallarta Restaurant Week in the past, and I feel like they should hire him, but I want to share that with you during the show. Of course, you're going to get John's patented croc cam. He took a few shots this week, and we'll go from there. But first of all, good morning, Karen Miller. How are you? We'll give you a good morning. Good to see you here. Thanks for joining again. Love to see you here. I think again, maybe you've been here before. I don't know. But listen, I might not need it. I might need it, but why not? It is time for the coffee cam. You know it. You love it. You want to cheers to it? Let's do it.
Coffee time on PVRN. Hey, clink those cups. Let's wake again. Sip the truth with a little grin. Coffee time. Let the news roll in.
Ooh, love it. Love it. Hey, I see y'all saying hi to each other. I love that. That's awesome. All right, with that, let's get on to the news. Are you ready? Not the news, it's casual. I'm just used to it. Hey, look at you. What up, Lori? How you doing? You get a good morning? Yes. All right. First of all, again, we're going unscripted today. So first thing I want to talk to you a little bit about was like, so I went out to dinner last night with a few folks, and I'm always very interested in where the conversation's going. These were kind of all over the place. And so if you've had an interesting dinner conversation or a topic, you go put it in the show notes or put it in the chat if you want to. But like one of them was, I guess we're just reaching that age, y'all, like sleep. And how are you sleeping? What is your smart device saying about your sleep? And what are you using to sleep better? These are not the conversations I had 10 years ago or even 5 years ago, but we went around in circles. We talked a lot about sleep and sleep aids. And I mentioned like we take melatonin. And one of our friends was like, oh my God, don't ever take melatonin, especially 5 milligrams or micrograms of it, because then your body stops producing. And I was like, oh my God, what is that all about? So I've got to do a little bit of research and figure out my sleep. If you have any, yeah, Chris, I see you out there. Zero electrolytes and the TV is unplugged. I hear that all the time, but we really love our shows in the evening. We just got done watching Paradise season 1 and 2, and pretty riveting. Not the best show I've ever seen. I'll probably talk about it soon, but I thought it was interesting. But if you've got some kind of magic formula, something you do to get you to sleep at night, whatever it may be, share it. Let's hear about it during the show. I would love to hear about it. Like I said, melatonin might be coming off the list for me, which is going to be great. Oh yeah, I see that. Get it out. Get it out of the bedroom. Get the TV out. I see you, Laura. We'll work on that. So we talked about that, but then the conversation went to how many horses have you fallen off of and where? I mean, once again, I'm more of a city boy than a country boy, even though I'm from Texas. But, I had my story and a few other shared stories, which were kind of funny. I thought one was pretty funny where somebody said, okay, I was at a horse riding thing and they said, oh, be careful. The horse likes to roll in the wood chips over there. And then the horse went and rolled into the wood chips. Mine was in Vegas. I was on a horse and my horse saw a rattlesnake and I saw the rattlesnake and it reared up and it bucked and it went crazy, but I didn't fall off. The city boy stayed on and they all rode up, grabbed my horse and they said, man, you cowboyed up. Didn't really see that coming in my future, but it did. And have you guys been on horses? Do you ride horses? Have you fallen off? It was just a strange conversation. And then it moved into, we started talking about best burgers in Vallarta and worst burgers. I think I'm going to save that one. We're going to park that one for right now. I did wrestle that horse into submission. Thank you for that. That's pretty funny. Nicely done, Matt. We'll give you nicely done, Matt. All right. So that was an interesting conversation as well. I'm going to save the best burger one. That one's pretty polarizing. I could do a whole show on that. A little history about me, since we're on a unscripted Friday, is when we lived in Merida, I had a persona online. Whoa, let's fix the camera. There we go. I had a persona online called the Burger Jerk, and it was super interesting. So the Burger Jerk, I would go out and I'd review burgers in Mexico, and most of them were kind of bad, and that was the funny part, and I would talk about them. But most of the restaurants ended up getting a lot of business from it. Even if I gave a negative review, people just wanted to go there and tried it. The funny part about it was, and listen, I ended the Burger Jerk when COVID hit. I just didn't feel like doing any negative reviews about restaurants would be a very good idea. But I became Mr. BJ. Okay, hold off. And so, when Laura would go out, my wife, and she would go to functions, she went to this party one time, and I think it was a girls' get-together, and they were like, wait, is your husband the Burger Jerk? And she was like, yeah, true. And then, of course, right away, so you're Mrs. BJ. She loves that name. Absolutely. Kind of funny how that one worked out. So Mrs. BJ in the house. Good to see you. I know you're on right now. Maybe she'll hold back, but maybe we'll even do a quick, let's do a coffee cam to Mrs. BJ. Why not? You ready?
Coffee time on PVRN. Hey, clink those cups. Let's wake again. Sip the truth.
Love it. All right. I see you out there laughing. Thank goodness I'm not going to be in trouble. You're not interested in it. All right. Fair enough. All right. Well, she's not going to become Miss BJ again because I'm not the Burger Jerk. That's not my thing. All right. So moving forward, the Burger Jerk has been parked. That is not something anymore. All right. Let's get into the heart of it a little bit now, though. So I love having interactive chat with you guys. You guys have been fun. But let's talk about that. So I teased it in the beginning that the Anderson Report, I know, Chris, you're on right now, is working, has put together this amazing website, and it's still growing, and it's still becoming more and more all the time. So let me give you a little shot of what that looks like. So here it is. So this is his site. Okay, again, this is not the official Puerto Vallarta Restaurant Week site, and it's pretty damn amazing. Very, very cool. As a matter of fact, thanks for saying Anderson Report, because I'll put up your graphic, which is also on your slide. So what he has done, and for multiple years, and Chris, you can say it in the chat how many years you've done this. I can't remember if it's in 3 years, 5 years, but he goes in, he pulls all 51 restaurants, it's 51 this year, and he goes through and he creates like amazing graphics. Second year, okay, I'm always giving you more. He goes in and redoes the graphics and creates really cool like information about it. I mean, look at this. I mean, he is a graphic designer, all right? Hint, hint, if you need a graphic designer, Chris Anderson is the guy. I love that. Yeah, I'll let him go ahead and talk about it as we go. But here's one for Cafe de Artiste. And what an amazing view. I mean, I feel like Restaurant Week should probably hire him to redo their site. This is really great stuff. And this is just part of his website. Again, it's the website. Let me give it to you really quickly here. I've got it in my show notes somewhere, or he can type it if he beats me to it, of course. Well, I'll let him. Oh, here it is. It's www.madplaidphotography.com/blog. So just like it sounds, Mad Plaid Photography photography.com/blog. And I think it's right there on the bottom of that image as well. So easy to find. So let's talk about it a little bit as I'm showing these shots of it. So this year, there's over 50 places to wine and dine, as you know, and it's brought to you again by Vallarta Lifestyle for over 26 seasons. It is the premier dining experience in Puerto Vallarta and Nayarit. And this year feels like features a couple new restaurants and more options for your dining experiences. So over at the Anderson Report, he loves this time of year. For him, it's a great way to try new places, even some new dishes they might have never thought of having. And with the new tasting options, it's sure to enhance the experience. So this year, like I mentioned a couple days ago, there's options from 495 pesos, 575 pesos, and even some 690 peso options. There's pretty much something for all budgets and dates and date nights. Each option offers an appetizer, a main dish, and a dessert, as you know, and often places will give a veggie or fish option as well. Let me roll these slides back. We can go through again if you just want to see them all again because they're so beautiful. Whoops. There we go. They understand that the list can be overwhelming and hard to navigate. Now, kind of here's the reason why. Why is this created? How do I find a place close to you? Where are you gonna? Is it gonna be? Where's it gonna be? Is it gonna be open? And that's where the Anderson Report steps in to help you out. They took all of the restaurants, put them into a shareable and live Google map. Each spot, except for one, okay, are on this exciting Google map. Let me see if I've got an image of that map. Oh, we previewed the croc cam. Let's go here back to the map. There it is. You can see what is close to you or where you're going to be, their hours, and plan out your adventure. Now, a suggestion for a great day trip. Now, here we go. This is directly from the Anderson Report, is go to the Botanical Gardens, enjoy a day out there, and then have lunch at Hacienda de Oro, then come back and have dinner someplace close on your way home, or a dance club, or make date night exciting, whatever works for you. So great stuff here, and thank you so much for sharing that. The Anderson Report is so much more. I find out more and more about Chris every single time we do a show. So this time he's sharing this. Go check out the site. Again, www.madplaidphotography.com/blog. I understand it's probably going through a name change soon as he's really embracing the Anderson Report, which is great. And I love that. It's a great collaboration. So thank you so much, Chris. I know you're out there and appreciate showing it. And the restaurant at the Botanical Garden is amazing. 100% agreed on that one. All right. Quick sip of coffee before we move into the croc cam. Let's do it. Cheers with me, y'all. Let's hear it. Good stuff. Good stuff. All right. Last and definitely not least, Our resident Croc Man is out there on a daily basis. John, I know you're on. Say hi if you like to. But he goes out there every week, sends me a bunch of Croc photos. I pick a few good ones and I show them to you guys. So let's have a look-see here. So here's our Crocs of the week. None of those are Crocs. There we go. He's smiling right there. So these are the images this week. And of course, the Croc Cam graphic. Boom. PVRN's Croc Cam. Hey, John. Howdy. And thanks for doing that, by the way. I'll give you a little. Thank you, John. Nicely done. So he gave me 3 shots this week. They're all right here in Puerto Vallarta, the home of PVRN Studio. Beautiful one there. He's just smiling. He just wants you to come by. Or maybe he saw that post about Puerto Vallarta Restaurant Week. He's hungry. He's like, toss me a burger. That would be pretty awesome. And this one's really, really hungry. He's like, toss me like 5 burgers. Or he's just going, oh, I don't know. Maybe one, maybe a little of both. Here he is lounging, looking pretty good there. That is a lovely looking Croc right there. And I think we got one more. We got 4. Oh, man. Good looking Crocs this week, John. You did a great job. You guys like Croc Cam? I want to hear it from you. I mean, I know John's on, but at the same time, I think it's kind of fun. He goes out there, he takes the photos of the Crocs, sends them in, just good stuff. And I really, really appreciate you and the Croc Cam. And I hear you, Melissa. I also love it. So thank you so much for that. All right. With that, how did you like the show today? I mean, this is different. Doing it unscripted is a bit different. Added a couple sound effects. I know they're cheesy. Those are only going to be on Casual Fridays, just to add a little bit of fun. But thanks for joining in, and please continue to keep sharing the show. It's really growing. Every day it's getting better and better, and I'm getting more people. I also love the Croc photos as well. But thank you for joining in. This is going to be the end of Casual Friday. On Monday, we're going back to the news. We're logging in at about 17 minutes today, so that's the end. All right, with that, please hang out just a minute. I know I don't push our sponsors very hard, and I try to keep the show sponsor free, but at the same time, if you just kind of like say hey to them every now and then, or go in and say PVRN sent you, it helps me a lot. Have a great weekend, everybody. Thank you for coming in. I see you, John. I see you, Laura. Everybody have a great weekend, and let's roll the crank.